Dormitory Block D. I never believed in ghosts. As a computer science student, I believed in logic, algorithms, and electrical signals, clear, emotionless, and explainable. But after spending my first semester in Block D of the university dormitory, I'm no longer sure what I believe in. Block D sat isolated from the rest of campus housing, behind the old sports field that had been abandoned since 2008. The school called it the Temporary Overflow Unit, a place for students who hadn't been assigned to the main dorms. The paint peeled off the walls, the halls smelled of damp mildew, and the fluorescent lights flickered constantly. But it was cheap, so no one complained. My room was D406, at the very end of the fourth floor hallway. Just me and my roommate, a guy named Hua. He didn't talk much, long hair down to his shoulders, always wore headphones and listened to lo-fi music in the middle of the night. I didn't like it, but I could tolerate it. The problems began in the second week. One night, while I was coding on my laptop, the lights in our room suddenly cut out. Not the whole building, just our room. I stepped into the hallway to check. The lights were still on, the fans spinning in the next room. But when I came back, our lights flickered back on. And my laptop had shut down completely. For a brief second before it powered off, the screen displayed a black background with white text. "What's watching you isn't in front of you." I froze. When I rebooted, everything was normal. No data missing, no strange files, no signs of malware. I told myself I was stressed. But after that night, things started happening. Tapping sounds came from behind the wardrobe, even though that wall faced solid concrete. Slow, dragging footsteps crossed our ceiling. And sometimes, whispering echoed from the bathroom when no one was in there. I asked Hua. He just shrugged. "You hear it too?" I thought I was hallucinating. One night, I woke up at 3:17 a.m. to the sound of soft, high-pitched laughter. I turned my head toward the window and saw someone standing on the fourth-floor balcony, face pressed against the glass. It wasn't Hua. He was still fast asleep on the bed next to me. I jumped up, switched on the light, and ran out to the balcony. No one was there. Only a set of wet footprints on the tiles, small and muddy. From that night on, I started keeping a journal to log the strange occurrences. Hua did the same. We compared notes, and disturbingly, they matched exactly day by day. On the 13th day, we both recorded the same entry. "There's a mirror on the wall opposite me that I've never seen before, and it doesn't reflect me." We both tried to find that mirror again in the morning, but it wasn't there. The wall was bare, plain, paint chipping off like always. Hua suggested we were both just dreaming, but neither of us said it with confidence. Deep down, we knew something had changed. That night, we decided not to sleep. We turned off the lights, sat quietly in the dark with only a flashlight and a voice recorder between us. From 11 p.m. to 2 a.m., nothing happened. No whispers, no footsteps, just silence and the occasional squeak from the old fan blades spinning above. Then at 2:47 a.m., the recorder clicked on by itself. It started recording. We hadn't touched it. At first, the playback just captured our own breathing. Then a third voice entered. Soft but raspy, speaking in slow, deliberate Vietnamese. "Đừng quay đầu lại, nó đang ngay sau cổ mày." Don't turn around, it's right behind your neck. I felt something cold on my nape at that exact moment, as if a damp fingertip had brushed my skin. Hua dropped the flashlight. We scrambled for the switch and flooded the room with light. There was no one there, but the closet door, which we always kept shut, was wide open. Inside, hanging from the metal rod, was a school uniform we had never seen before. It was wet and muddy. The tag inside the collar read, Lớp 11A Thrai, Trường THPT Dong Da, a high school. We took it downstairs to the security guard. The man paled when he saw it. He didn't take it. Instead, he pulled us aside and asked quietly, "What room are you in?" D406. His eyes widened. He didn't speak for a few seconds. Then he said something we didn't expect. "There used to be a girl in that room, 10 years ago. Her name was Lynn. Heck, she snuck into the dorm during summer, wasn't even a student here. Stayed with her boyfriend. One night, she fell from the fourth-floor balcony. They said it was suicide." He paused. But her body, it wasn't found until 3 days later, inside a closet, in room D406. We didn't sleep that night. We placed the uniform in the middle of the room and stared at it until morning. By sunrise, it was dry, and the mud was gone. So was the tag. The next night, The mirror was back. This time, we both saw it, large, framed in rusted bronze, right above the desk, and this time it reflected us. But we weren't moving. In the reflection, we were both standing still, eyes closed, faces pale, and something, was crouching between us. A girl in a school uniform, her hair soaked, long strands covering her face. Her back was arched backward at an impossible angle. Her fingers clutched our arms. We blinked. The mirror was gone. But finger-shaped bruises appeared on our skin the next morning. We begged the dorm manager to let us transfer. He refused. "That building's full," he said. "You're not the first to ask. You won't be the last." When we told him about the mirror, he said, "If you see it again, don't look into it. Don't ever look into it twice." On the 15th night, I woke up gasping. I couldn't move. Sleep paralysis. I'd experienced it before, but this was different. I couldn't breathe. My mouth was open, but no air came in. I felt a weight on my chest, cold and wet. Then I heard it, that same voice from the recording. "May đã nhìn thấy nó. Giờ thì nó muốn mãi nhìn lần cuối." "You've seen it. Now it wants you to see it one last time." The mirror was back. It appeared on the ceiling above me, and in it, I saw myself choking, suffocating, while the girl crouched over me, her mouth wide open, pouring something black into mine. I passed out. Haw found me on the floor the next morning. My nose was bleeding. My eyes were bloodshot. My pillow soaked with dark fluid. He tried to take me to the campus clinic, but I begged him to do one thing first: smash the mirror. We waited until 3:13 a.m., the time everything always happened. The mirror appeared, this time on the wall. We didn't hesitate. We threw the chair at it. It shattered. The light in the room exploded. The fan stopped spinning. The air turned icy. From the broken glass, a scream tore through the room. Not loud, but sharp, like something old and dry had just torn open. And just for a moment, a blink, we saw her. The girl. Lynn. Mouthful of broken teeth. Neck bent sideways. Hanging in midair above the bed, staring at us with milky blind eyes. Then she was gone. We moved out the next day. The manager didn't say a word. He just nodded. When we returned months later out of morbid curiosity, we found Block D locked up. Empty. Every window boarded. But late at night from the street below, you could still see one window on the 4th floor. Room D406. Light on. And if you stood long enough and stared hard enough, you'd see your reflection in the window. But not alone.